video, people. They go back and forth with players. You gonna leave before she speaks? You gonna leave before she speaks?
She won't come on. Time is ticking. She got her time. She's up here.
All right, first up this afternoon, the Indiana Hoosiers, represented by head coach Terry Moren and student athletes Chloe Moore-McNeil and Shay Chesky. Coach, if you would, please make an opening statement.
First of all, I'm so proud to represent these guys, and really proud of them, how hard they played. First of all, I want to congratulate Utah. What a great team. They pose so many challenges for you defensively. They have a bunch of experience and veteran players, and they're very, very impressive. They're impressive, and they are hard to prepare for. And we absolutely knew that this was going to be a dogfight. And just really proud of our team, how they fought defensively today. Pleased with all the kids that got in and played minutes for us, because you can look at all the kids that five of them were in double digit scoring, but then I think about Henna coming in and we're down a 4-player and we can move her around and we can move Yarden around. And then Lily Meister coming in, and she and Strip did such a great job of being there for one another. When Strip went out, Lily impacted the game, and then when Lily went out, Strip did the same. So really happy with our guard play. I thought Chloe and Shay and Yarden were once again terrific. In being able to, help us play fast and play organized. Sid Parrish finally found her shot there in the second half as well for us. And so, a lot of different people. Lexi Bargerser came in, gave us great minutes again defensively. And so it takes everybody, and, our group knows that. But I thought transition defense, we were superb today. We were really worried about them in transition, didn't want to give up any open threes, didn't feel like we did that. And so, a lot of good things. Some of these things never show up in here. Our heart and our effort and our toughness, won us this game today. And so, just again, really proud of our staff, really proud of our players.
Take questions just for the student athletes at this time. If you would raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you. Let's start here in the front, and then go to Pete after that.
For either of you, how big was the close to the second quarter to get it back even so you could take control in the third quarter?
Shay, you want to take that first?
Yeah, it was really important to us. I think there was like 2 minutes to go, or a minute 30, and we got together and in a huddle and said we need to bring it back. We need to tie this game up going into halftime so we have momentum to come out, and that's what we did. So, no, it was really important to us.
Chloe?
I agree with Shay.
Ditto.
Pete?
Just following up on that, Chloe, was that the mindset in the third quarter that, now that we've got it tied up, we can make our run and put ourselves on?
Absolutely. We always make it a point of emphasis when we do have the game tied or we do have the lead to not let up and keep our foot on the gas pedal. And I think we did do a great job of that, whether it was playing fast and hit ahead and running in transition, or setting those drags or executing our plays.
Good. Second row.
Yeah, Shay, your first NCAA tournament game, first win, scored 16 points. Just how does it feel to have a good game?
Yeah, it feels really cool. Never been here before, so just being able to celebrate with the team was awesome, and seeing Sid Parrish put our name on the sign, it's an awesome moment. But it only lasts for a few seconds because we're already on the next game. So that's our mindset.
Let's go to the right. Second row.
Yeah, Chloe, when it came to the first half, it felt like at times it was just kind of stagnant for you guys offensively, and then you were able to flip the switch in that third quarter. What did you feel like kind of changed for you guys with getting going?
Yeah, I think we did a great job at making adjustments in halftime. We always have a do-well side and a do-better side, and I thought we did better at moving the ball and being aggressive and attacking and looking for those kicks and those drop-offs.
Other questions for the student athletes? Let's go back here to the left.
Yeah, for both of you, I just wanted to ask about, Chloe, your long pass in the third quarter. Just what did you see with Shea running down? And Shea, were you expecting that pass?
Yeah, when I think back to that play, I think that goes to show that our chemistry has grown a lot. I think we've been through a lot of adversity with this team, a lot of ups and downs, had some tough wins, but also had some hard losses. So just seeing things like that, having that chemistry grow, it's a good thing, and I'm happy it's happened.
Yeah, all she has to do is give me a look, and I just know to sprint my butt a little bit harder. So.
That's right.
The questions for student athletes? We do have a couple on Zoom. Todd Golden, go ahead.
Yeah. This question is for Chloe. Chloe, Lily Meister's gone through some times this season where she's had to fight through some things, hasn't played, as well as probably she hoped. But then she kind of obviously stepped up today. How much do you respect that as a leader and a teammate, that she's been able to fight through some things and be productive when it mattered most?
Yeah, I'm so happy for Lil. I think we all are. But I think what you've seen today was a confident Lily. We gave her good juice, and once she got going, the rest was history for her.
And we also have one from Seth Tao.
Yeah, this is for Chloe also. This is, everyone keeps saying that it's, 10 straight seasons for you guys with 20 for the program with 20 wins, but it's also now 6 straight postseasons with an NCAA tournament win. You've been there for 5 of those runs, obviously. Just what is it about this time of year that kind of gets this program and this team locked in?
Yeah, I think we're a gritty team when we want to be, and when we're sharing the ball, and we have good stops on defense. We're really hard to beat. And I think we always play our best during tournament time.
Anything else for the student athletes? Saying none, y'all can go back to the locker room.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Is this for keeping? Is that for keeping?
We'll need that for unless you're never coming back. You're probably coming back tomorrow, aren't you? Need it for tomorrow and Sunday.
Again, it's her first time.
Now we'll open up for questions for Coach Moren. Yeah, let's start back on the left over here.
Terry, you said yesterday that it wasn't a lot of fun packing to travel, but how confident were you that this team would be able to kind of not worry about being on the road in a situation like this after, having the luxury of being home the last few years?
Well, I think, tournament play, for this group, and I think, Chloe didn't talk about it probably as much as she should have in terms of we understand that if we don't come in and play well, this could be the last game. And so I think there's a different level of urgency, when you're playing in, the NCAA tournament. And I think, again, there's excitement that surrounds it, too. We have a veteran team led by Chloe, led by Sid. And so I think that some of those other pieces, those Yarden, Shea, Lily, the surrounding cast, they want those seniors to go out, strip, in the right way. And so, yes, you might categorize us as a team that plays better in March, but I think the reason why we came out the way we did, the toughness that we showed today, the resilience, all of it had more to do with the fact that the surrounding cast wanted Strip and Chloe and Sid to win this game.
Let's go to the second row.
Just going off what Chloe mentioned with her chemistry with Shea, just how have you seen Shea integrate throughout the season and be able to have the type of game she did today in her first NCAA tournament game?
Well, she's fit in perfectly. That's why we recruited her. That's why we brought her to Indiana, because we felt like she was a piece that we needed, we had to have. And so I think her transition to us and playing in our system, both offensively and defensively, has really been quite seamless. Now, she might disagree, but I do think she's become a better defender for us. But we know this about Shea. She's outstanding. The great thing about Shea is she is a multi-dimensional point guard, meaning she can play off the ball, she can play with the ball in her hands. She is shifty, when the ball's in her hand, has a high IQ, but also can put a lot of pressure on you behind the arc. And that's why we brought her to Indiana, because she can do all those things for us.
Let's go over to the right.
Yeah, Terry, to go off what Seth had asked over Zoom, to not only make the tournament 6 years in a row, but to win at least one game every year, what do you think that says about just the way you guys have been operating and what you've been able to accomplish with this program?
Well, I'd say this. It always goes back to the players that are in your program, that are in your system. And then, I've had fantastic staff. Some of them have moved on to become head coaches at other institutions. And but the standards never change, right? They always stay the same. What we're going to be about, what matters to us, and it's our job to find the kids that fit us, right, and fit our program, fit our culture. And then once we feel like it's a great fit, then there are standards that we have, and we never lower the standards no matter who you are, from the best player to the last person on the bench that might not see time. They're held to the very same standard. And so, we talk a lot about that, and that's kind of who we've morphed into. I always say it's not easy to play at Indiana because of sort of the demands of the work piece, but also in our preparation and what it requires to be successful.
Let's go to the second row.
Hey, Coach, the team shot just under 70% from the field in the second half, 14 of 17 on twos, and only 6 three-point attempts. What did you see that led to those open looks and maybe minimize the three-point looks?
Again, we trust this group to know what a good shot is for us. They've been, it's been a long season, and so we've had a lot of reps at understanding what a good shot looks like for us. And so it's trusting that they're going to make the right play. They're going to make, take the right shot. They know what a good shot looks like for us. They take what the defense gives them. We do a lot of, inside of all those timeouts, trying to help them with what we see in hopes that, they can get on the floor and take advantage of some of those looks that may be there that maybe they're not seeing at the time. And so, I think it just goes back to having, high IQ kids that can like to play fast, like to play in space, play with freedom, but also understand what a good shot looks like for us.
Over to the left.
Hi, Coach. You will likely face South Carolina on Sunday. Will you use last year's experience against them to help prepare, and is there any extra motivation to beat them because you came so close last year?
Again, we're fresh off of a big win today against an excellent Utah team, and so, we're very familiar with South Carolina. We played them in the Sweet 16 a year ago. Although a different team, so are we. Tremendous amount of respect, for Dawn and Lisa and her entire staff and her players, and I've coached a few of them with USA Basketball, so, know a lot about South Carolina. And it's going to be a daunting task for us. They're an excellent team and have had a great year. But I will go back to what I said yesterday in terms of the Big Ten and how great of a conference it is and how well it's prepared us for a lot of different styles. And today, again, Utah, excellent, different style. It's going to be different style against South Carolina. And so we will lean on our not just our preparation, but our experience of playing in a really good league.
No.
Yeah, Coach, and going based off that, what you saw today from your team, how do you feel like you will stack up against a South Carolina or a team that's able to knock off South Carolina?
Well, again, I'm going to be honest. I've watched them a little bit. I haven't really dug into them a whole lot. As far as I know, their pieces are a little bit different, but just again, great amount of respect for them. I can tell you this from a year ago, and just knowing our players, whoever is ahead of us, we will have because I have a great staff, we will have a really great scouting report. We will be prepared. And then it always comes down to doing all the things. You got to hit shots. You got to be able to guard at a high level. You got to be able to rebound. And then we'll see how we stack up with them. But, this team is coming off a really great win. We're going to at least enjoy it for a couple hours. We're going to go out and we're going to watch the first half. And then we'll get back to the hotel and we'll start to dig into, I guess, South Carolina or Tennessee Tech.
And just a reminder, you'll get another 35 minutes with Coach tomorrow to talk about the game on Sunday. So go ahead here in the front.
Terry, it was either you or Chloe that talked about sort of the up and downs you've had this season. Is there part of you that kind of feels happy that you, or not happy, but you are glad that you kind of went through that to sort of see your team kind of get to this point where it's kind of all coming together at the start of the tournament?
Well, I'm happy for our players, but, I think what gets lost sometimes is we're a different team than we were a year ago, right? And I think so often it's like we should just roll right into the next season and be the same team. Well, you don't roll into the next season without an All-American, and a kid like Sarah Scalia that can shoot the ball at such a high level, and you think everything's going to be the same. It's not. And so, again, there were some up and downs, there were some twists and turns, but I think through it all that we gained great experience. And I've said this before, and I know you cover us. Let's don't get lost that this is a really good conference, the Big Ten, in which we play in. And so, the nights that we came up short, it was more than likely it was because they just played better than we did that night. Because, you're talking about 12 teams that get to the tournament, right? This is a really, really great conference. And maybe there were nights that we played great and won. There were nights that maybe we didn't play as well. But at the end of the day, like I said, all of those experiences, we got a lot of reps throughout it, have put us in a position to win the game today. And hopefully can position us, come Sunday.
Todd Golden, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Terry, two-part question. Similar question that I had for Chloe. Lily Meister's gone through some challenges this year. How gratifying was it for you that she stepped up in the right moment? And then unrelated to that, Jules obviously didn't play. What's her status and what caused her to be out today?
Yeah, Jules has a foot injury that's going to keep her out of the tournament. But to say that, again, Chloe said it, I think we're all so happy for the way Lily showed up today. And she was spot on, when Lily is confident, Lily is a really good basketball player. And I think throughout the season she kind of lost that throughout. But, one thing I know about her teammates is they've continued to pour into her and encourage her and give her good juice, as we call it. And so, I thought she and Strip, played really well. Those two were coming in and out for each other, and every time either one of them got into the game tonight or to this afternoon, I thought they impacted it. So it was great to see.
Last question today goes to Seth Toe. Seth?
Yeah, Terry, there have been so many games this season, even some of your bigger wins this season where, it was kind of more, you guys played one really strong quarter, but then maybe didn't finish the game strong or just, you kind of left that game with kind of some mixed feelings, even if it was a really good result. How big is it maybe for your team's confidence going forward that, you guys did finish this one strong today and put together the second half you guys did?
Yeah, I think it's a great dose of confidence for our players. They say it, I don't have to tell them. Like, they know when our turnovers are low and our assists are high and we're guarding at a high level, we can beat anybody. And so, I believe that. I think they believe that. They know that. And again, happy with the way they came out today, especially in the second half. Because again, I want to reiterate how impressed I am with Utah and the job coach has done and those players, the job that they've done for Utah. So very impressed. And again, another team that has given us another good rep, to prepare us, for this tournament.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you guys.